Hello everyone, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. Last time we moved through this fort in the Underdark, collecting some trapped supplies, figuring out that we were indeed under threat of these fireballs, and then knocking out this gem from the top of this statue of Saloon in order to progress into the Underdark, where we were promptly met with earthquakes. Now, we have several routes that we can take and no particular goal for where we're going. So we can take this track to the right, this track up, although that matches with the track to the right, or this track here round to the left. And I think my gut instinct kind of tells me stay high. Keep the high ground where we can for as long as we can keep it. And then after we've exhausted that...
Fungal spores. Must be myconids nearby.
Okay. Oh.
Coming.
That voice. Do you hear it too?
They're coming. They're coming.
You think of Shah. Could she be speaking to you here at last in the dark?
They are coming. You are coming.
Right. Well, initiative wasn't rolled immediately. Night light plants. Presumably just some kind of plant that emits light and nothing else. We all seem to have some kind of condition now. Rapport spores. Affected creatures can communicate telepathically with one another. Okay, so that's how they were getting into our head. Unfortunately, I don't know if... Oh my goodness. Well. There is a foe that feels incredibly threatening. There's a bunch of traps on the ground over there, and a cargo net. So, do we want to pick a fight with a Minotaur right now? It's either go this way and find out what's up there and loop around, or go downwards and then be at the mercy of anything that wants to try and aim down upon us. So it doesn't seem like a great selection as it goes. I've just remembered something I neglected to do. And in the choice of doing the thing I've neglected to do or fighting that guy, I'm going to choose do the thing I've forgotten to do. So very quickly we're just going to return to this building. Because inside there is a fireplace. And there is some kind of interaction with it that I've neglected to try and instigate. And so I'm just going to see if this is like a hidden passageway through the back of a fireplace, or whether it's nothing at all. I'm just going to cross off this mystery before we continue. So let's try Andrew, since he's technically a smaller size than the others. Oh, it literally just lights the fireplace. Don't I feel daft? What does this logbook say? Signs of life, no sightings. Statues down below, shaped like drow. Beholder shouldn't do that. Either way, that's one less problem to worry about. If there's a beholder down here, that's way above our current level. as a person who knows, like, general knowledge stuff, beholders wouldn't do that, but Medusas would. Gorgons, I guess. From here, there's no way we make a shot that far, is there? But what we might be able to do... He's come up with a cunning plan. But it's going to involve a quick change of equipment. I know previously we said Andrew was going to have the Crusher's Ring because he was the slowest. But now, Astarion, resistance to poison damage. We can lose that for a hot minute. And please equip the Ring of Extra Speed. So now our movement speed is 40 feet. And we can bonus action dash for 80 feet. And we can dash for 120 feet. Now, Astarion, come away. The other three of you, please get to this wonderful, handy vantage point up here. Are you smelling what the plan is yet? Maybe one of them should be down here waiting to do that, but I think if we move that there, we can probably walk from there to there without issue. So we're going to take a sneaky shot at the Minotaur. Was it a Minotaur? I think it was a Minotaur. And then with our incredibly enhanced speed and dashing abilities, zoom on back. So, sneak attack. How far do we get? We missed. Our stealth was successful. Go again. Again, stealth successful. I mean, if we could keep this up, I wouldn't be mad. Oh, there we go. This was expected. Okay. He gonna die? Like, he gonna get real killed alone? Somebody, please throw this switch as fast as possible. Okay, they are walking away. Shadowheart, I know you have a bow. You don't have that much bow, though. Andrew, please throw this switch a hot second. Man, Astarion's just always the one that wants to die. Okay. Regroup. Astarion's out there dead. Shadowheart can go out there and use the Scroll of Restoration, but one Minotaur remains right here. So I think it's time to use a resource we've been holding on to for a long time. We have... Don't tell me it's in... Astarion is holding the Scroll of Summon Quest. And because Astarion is holding it, we cannot cast it, because while the video game lets us move things, like I could take this, put it in Gale's pocket, then Gale could cast it. Realistically, in Tabletop 5th edition, you can't do that. So I don't play my characters with any kind of shared inventory. So I need to find a different way of luring their attention over here. I mean, I don't know why I've been so smug about this portcullis. This portcullis has 36 HP, which is not a lot. But now I need to find some way to get the attention of that creature. From over here. Clearly this isn't it. We could wild shape and then try and run back. And we could probably make that jump as a spider if we have to. I think one of them has moved upwards. The problem is, spiders are slow. These guys are apparently incredibly fast. And whatever we do, we need to close this gap fast enough that they can't kill more of us before we can revive Astarion. What options do we have? I really thought Astarion was going to be able to retreat quickly, you know, deal with that whole situation. It's the range that's the problem. We do still have Lump's Warhorn. It's the kind of thing where it's got too good to use syndrome. You just hold on to it until you absolutely need it. Shadowheart still has this spider egg sac. And I'm sure in a previous game I have thrown this and it produced like 6 spiders and helped out in a fight. But now it just says it's too heavy, so maybe I did that with a different character. So that's obviously not going to work out for us. Astarion we can't use. Gale could go out there and lay down some grease and then try and retreat. Equally, Andrew, wild shaped as a spider, could try and web them up and then retreat. That might be our best bet. Because I can't sit here and stare at inventories forever. We've got to make a decision about how to do something. How far? No, let's do that. Okay. The gate is down. Andrew, please get rid of this. I'm going to wild shape into a giant spider. Before anything else, let's just double check that we can make this jump. And more importantly, make the return jump. We can. Good. So now we need to get close enough to Astarion. Not even to Astarion, to the other guy. to get their attention while still leaving us ample room to retreat and complete this fight with 3 heroes. Moonbeam should be able to do a lot of work, but of course we have to retreat before we can then do that. And from about here, I'm hoping this might get their attention. They are enwebbed, but they're not pissed off yet, which is interesting. It's just kind of driving them away. Right. This is somehow working in an entirely different manner. Oh man, if we could like thorn whip them from over here and just drag them down, that would be very efficient. We'd lose out on any loot they have, but oh boy, they'd die quick. Right, they keep being webbed, but they don't see me. And I don't want to get any closer than I absolutely have to, because the run back is going to be hell. Okay, well we have a colossal stretch of rough terrain now. This is a direct attack, and that seems like a terrible way. And they really don't like the webbing. So I think it might just be a case now. Oh, we could take anything we need from Astarian's pockets. Although we are a spider, so we don't really have the dexterity to do that. But this person is so far away now. I think we could get Shadowheart down here and revive Astarian without instigating a fight. That is my suspicion. Now, of course, to do that, we are going to need to successfully cast you know, the spell. Scroll of Revivify. Revivify is a 3rd level spell, so we do not have 3rd level spell slots, so we need to do an ability check in order to cast it successfully. Technically, Guidance gives you a 1d4 bonus to your ability checks, so I think we may be able to guide ourselves, if that's possible. It is. We may well be able to guide ourselves in order to give us a better shot at restoring Astarian to a less dead state. Andrew, if you could please... Okay, so the webbing has basically dried up. It's not going to stay there forever. If you stand guard there, Shadowheart. Get rid of that book. So, step 1, cast guidance on yourself. Our next check gains a 1d4. Now we're going to go into turn-based mode here, and I'm going to go over and pull up the Google dice rolling tool. Okay, so I rolled a d10 just to get the window open, but obviously the d10 is not the check. So we are going to be rolling a d20 plus a d4, and this is a spellcasting scroll check. So I can use this up here. The DC equals 10 plus 3, because that is the level of the spell we are trying to cast, a 3rd level spell. And our roll will be 1d20 plus 1d4 plus 4, because 4 is our wisdom modifier. So we need to beat a skill check of 13 on a d20, a d4 plus 4. So let's see about it. That is 13 plus 4 is 17 plus 1 is 18. 18 is higher than 13. We successfully cast Revivify. So we can go into Shadowheart's inventory, cast the spell, and Astarion is back up. Now let's quietly retreat back to the safety of where we were previously. If we could move through one another's space, that would be really handy. Shadowheart and Astarion, you guys can buddy up again. And Andrew, and all three of you, please come back to the safety. Why won't you move? Oh, we're still in turn-based mode, that's why. Come back to the safety of the nice building. Because, oh boy, we got wrecked. Alright, well, that might be the least progress we've ever made in a 20-minute episode, but join us next time where we will decide on whether we're going to keep pursuing this or whether maybe perhaps we'll go resolve what's going on with the druids upstairs first and then save the Underdark for absolute last. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.